Hey everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. We are moving from our bugs and butterflies to our gardening theme. And as I say this, I just, again, can't believe how quickly this school year went by, because this is our last spring theme. Then we move on to pets, then we move on to beach, and then we're done with the school year. We end on the first week of June, and it's just going by too quickly. But today I want to show you how we have our classroom set up for the gardening theme and some of the things that we're going to be doing. Now this year, the year that I am recording this, Easter also falls this week. So we still have some Easter things that we are doing in addition to the gardening, and our butterflies are still in the caterpillar stage, so we also still have some butterfly activities happening too. So we kind of mix it all up. It's all spring, it's all good. If you're new to Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds, I'm Cheryl, and I have been teaching in the same private preschool for 26 years now, and you can find all of my activities over at teaching2and3year-olds.com. I also encourage you to check out my Teachers Pay Teachers shop, where my daughter Rachel creates all of our printables, even the graphics. And also make sure to check out my Instagram page, where you will find snippets of what we're doing in the classroom, and all those links are in this video's description. So we are, as I said, coming to the end of the school year, and before I give you a tour of the classroom, I just wanted to mention that we've started to see some pretty energetic behavior, and things suddenly have become a little harder again, and circle time's been a little bit more of a challenge, and also about halfway through centers time we start seeing the children just really rev up, and then some of them just start running and things start getting thrown. And this is why it's so important to know that anytime during the school year you can reassess how things are going and you can change things. So I realized last week that we had way too much out, and I had to pack up some of the stuff. When I start seeing things just being deliberately thrown, the children aren't even really purposely using the materials, and they know how to use them. We've talked about it, they've seen it, they've done it, but they're just want to throw everything. That's when I know that it's probably too much and it's maybe a bit too chaotic. And I admit that as the school year progresses, I start thinking, oh, I can bring more out now. And this hits me probably every year this time of year, where I realize, nope, I can't, we simply can't have this much out. And I purposely scale back. So when I give you the tour, keep that in mind, that I have simplified things, and I might simplify things even more depending on what I see this next week. So I just want to put that out there, that it doesn't matter what time of the year it is, you might find that you need to scale back. In fact, I have received some messages from teachers who have said that they have found that their circle times just seem to be a little bit more chaotic than they were earlier in the year, and that their children don't want to participate, or they just can't sit as long as they could before. And I found that out last week, and I just simply shortened what I had planned. And again, it's okay to do that. It is not worth carrying on if you've lost them. Not worth it. So I just wanted to tell you that if you're going through that right now, you're not alone. A lot of us are. I'm going to take you around the classroom and show you how it's set up. But I wanted to remind you that there is a resource page for this theme, for the gardening theme. I'll drop that link in the video's description, and that has everything in it. It has activities that we've done and other activity suggestions. It has links to printables, both freebies and those in my shop. It has music and books, all kinds of activities, so make sure to check that out. And also there is a video, a spring circle time video, where I share some of the things that we've done in the past, or our 3-year-old class has done, even our pre-K class. So that link is going to be in this video too. So let me take you around the room. So at our writing table, we've got markers and we have crayons, and then I put some color pages out here just to show you. We won't put them all out at once, but we have the F flower That's a freebie that is on my website. And then the other flowers are from my gardening packet, and I will put a link to those in this video's description. On our science table, we will be looking at what we find outside under the magnifying glass, and we will also be using this table to plant our seeds. We will be planting mammoth sunflower seeds, and that's always a hit every year during our gardening theme. So that's one of our science activities, and then watching them grow. In our dramatic play area, we still have it set up for Easter, since Easter is next Sunday. And so we have our bunnies and we have our eggs, and the wooden eggs are the biggest hit. They love putting them in those trays, putting them in baskets, putting them in any kind of container they can find. They are a favorite.
Someone donated an old Fisher-Price camera to us today. How exciting is that?
In our block area, we've turned it into our garden nursery. And this is a packet that is in our shop on Teachers Pay Teachers. And it has labels on the shelves for all the different supplies that you will need, gloves and pots and rakes and shovels, etc. And then they are sorting the flowers on the training table. And then I have a colander that I've turned upside down that they can stick the stems into. On our easel, we are actually going to be painting egg cartons. And I've shared before how much we love putting recyclables on our easel to paint. I thought egg cartons were very fitting this week, being Easter and having the eggs in the dramatic play area, and with our Easter egg hunt. And then we have assorted printable activities that we will be doing. I'll be rotating them. Right now we have things from our spring activity packet and also our gardening activity packet. Art this week is going to be more Easter than anything else because, as I said, Easter is next Sunday. So we are going to be doing spin art with small eggs. I used my free printable that has the little circles in it. I just turned it upside down. I just used that. I made it smaller. I reduced the size, and then I cut out using cardstock, heavy cardstock paper, and they'll put them in the salad spinner, and then the different colors will mix on top of the egg. And then the white bags and those strips, those are for Easter bags that they will be making for our Easter egg hunt. On our easel right now, again, because Easter's coming up, we have eggs on the egg tray that I got from the dollar store with bug tongs that are the perfect shape for the egg, and they can transfer them from the clear tray, the rectangular tray, to the egg tray and back again. Then once that's done, I will put we have some flowers, some foam flowers that I will be putting on that light table, and I have a blog post showing that one, which it's in the resource page, and the link to that resource page is in the description.
Hey, they kind of look like real eggs. They kind of look like cracked eggs. They look like food eggs, except they look like Easter eggs.
And for our sensory bin, we are pretending to plant flowers. We just have some stems, and we have some pots, and we have assorted tools. I actually swapped this. This was downstairs in the pre-K class, and so they took our bin that we had last week, and then we took their bin so we can play with it too. because they had their gardening thing last week. And then on our Play-Doh table, we have these little flower, they're silicone flower cups. And then we will also have flower cookie cutters, other gardening cookie cutters. And then of course we have our regular tools such as rolling pins and slicers and little wooden knives. What do you got there? Is it a truck? One of the circle time activities that we will be doing this week is matching these flowers to the ones that are up here on the board. These ones are laminated, and then they have the magnetic dot on the back. And then there's ones that aren't labeled that I've made enough so all the children can hold one, and then they just come up and they can match it. And you can find more activities on my Spring Circle Time activity video, and I'll drop that link in this video's description. So that's how we have our classroom set up for the gardening theme. Please make sure to click like and subscribe, as that really helps my channel. Thanks for watching. In our spring activities packet, we have some simple patterning where the children can use these tiles and then place them to make a pattern. And then older children, you can take that away and they can look at this and then make their pattern underneath like that. In our springtime packet, we have this seed counting activity. I did these on jumbo craft sticks because they're two-sided. So they count the number of seeds and then they flip it over to see what the number is, make sure they're right. And these go up to 10. So you start with 1, 2, 3, and so on. For younger children, you'd use maybe just go up to 5, and then you go up to 10 when you feel that they are ready. In our springtime packet, we have this sunflower counting activity. You can use real sunflower seeds and just place the number on top, or you can use something like pom-poms to put on top as well. We also have these labeled colored flower cards, and then I take the same tiles that we used for the patterning, and you can make enough so that each child has one, and they can just come up and place their matching color flower right on the same card. In our spring Circle Time props packet, we have these colored tulips. Some have the labels and some don't. And so I have put them on craft sticks so that I can hold these up, and then I make enough copies of the non-labeled tulips so that when I hold up each color, the children with that same color can hold their tulip up as well. And then we also have the smaller ones that are labeled that I use on the magnetic board. You can do the same thing, whereas you put it on the magnetic board, or if you want to use a Velcro for a flannel board, then they can hold up the matching color. In our dramatic play area, we have a guarded nursery that has signs and labels, and it has order forms. We have a pocket chart with some of the flower pictures and names. And again, this is all in our garden packet on Teachers Pay Teachers. So in the gardening dramatic play packet, we have 7 different puzzles that when you put the strips in numerical order, it makes a different picture. We also have this flower dot page, and this is in our spring dot stamping packet. I have these free flower props on the website, and I make sure to have enough so that each child has one to hold. And again, you can use these while singing flower songs or reading flower books. And we also have these numbered flower props from 1 to 10. We have this free flower coloring sheet that is on the website. Make sure to check this video's description for the links to all of these printables plus printables that were not mentioned.